Hi everyone, welcome to the first video in your communication course. These videos must be used together with your notes as they only summarize your notes. In this video, we will be looking at 4 aspects of basic communication principles. These 4 aspects are: 1. The importance of effective communication. 2. Definition and illustration of the communication process. 3. Categories of communication. 4. Verbal and non-verbal communication. Okay, let's begin with 1. The importance of effective communication. Effective communication leads to one having good relationships, companies and teams working more effectively together. If you are able to communicate effectively, then you are able to provide and obtain accurate information, make sound decisions, increase productivity, negotiate deals, provide sensible feedback, and ensure that the objectives of the organization are achieved, amongst other things. However, if one communicates badly, then many problems can arise. For example, low productivity in the workplace, bad interpersonal relationships, unhappy clients and employees, and poor financial results. Okay, so how do we achieve effective communication? Well, it's important to understand the entire communication process. In the process of communication, we have 4 steps. First step, we have a sender. This is the one who sends the message. Then step 2 is the message itself. This is what the sender is saying. Then step 3 is how the message is being sent. And the last step is the receiver, the person or persons the message is being sent to. Let's take an example to see how this works. You WhatsApp your friend to meet you at a soccer game this weekend. You are the sender. The message is, "Meet me at soccer game this weekend." The medium is your phone. The receiver is your friend. You got that? Think of other examples of process of communication in practice and write them down. Let's now talk about the different categories of communication. So we have intrapersonal communication. This is when we communicate with ourselves. For example, we write in a diary or think about something. Then there is interpersonal communication. This is when 2 or more people are communicating a message between them. It is two-way communication. For example, you communicating with your online course lecturer is an example of interpersonal communication. And finally, we have mass communication. An example of mass communication is you watching this video. I am sending a message of what communication is to a large number of people, and each person may interpret that message in their own way. Please see your course notes for more examples of interpersonal communication and mass communication. Besides communicating via the spoken words and text, we also communicate through non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is the transfer of information by means other than language or words. People use gestures, posture, dress, facial expressions, and so on to get their message across. It is important to understand that non-verbal is often culture-specific. It can be misunderstood as there is no one way of reading it. For example, the OK sign in South Africa is a sign that is fine, but the same sign means money in Japan. There are 3 different types of non-verbal communication. Visual semiology is the way a visual image is used to communicate messages. It relies on the receiver's sense of sight. For example, a stop sign. Acoustic semiology is the way of communicating through sounds. It relies on the receiver's sense of hearing. For example, laughter. Tasics, communication by means of touch. Please see your notes for more information on verbal and non-verbal communication. To summarize what we learned in this video, we looked at what is effective communication and how the process of communication works. We also dealt with different categories of communication and examples of non-verbal communication.